by you app. I am Vikas Khurana. Today we have very special guest, Miss Raksha Chhabaria, who is a Bash flower therapist, emotional wellness and life coach, and mindfulness expert. She is a passionate healer with years of experience in Bash flower therapy, mindset coaching, meditation, urine therapy, and more. She is a non believer in medicine and advocates the need for a fit emotional and mental lifestyle. Her innovative Bash flower combinations, mindfulness, and positive coaching technique help nurture new energies in your body. She actively works towards a holistic wellness approach to build immunity and promote self love. She also co runs yoga and mindfulness for kids, teaching conscious living and abundance strategies to children. So, welcome, Raksha ma'am. Please take us through your journey before
Thank
starting
you.
with the session.
Thank you, Vikas, for such a lovely introduction. It's really nice. And thank you for having me here. And I'm also super excited to share my knowledge and whatever questions you want to ask me, we can go ahead. I'm ready. Thank you. Let's start.
Okay, ma'am, starting with my first question is what exactly is Bash therapy?
So, backflow therapy is basically dealing with your emotions, be it fear, stress, anxiety, claustrophobia, fear of any kinds, insomnia, sleep issues. All of these come under backflow therapy and many more. Homesickness, feeling alone, confusion, brain fog. There are multiple of emotional issues that we as humans go through in our life, and all these issues are dealt very, very easily in a natural and safe way with Bach remedies. We also believe that every disease stems from an emotional imbalance in your body. So, when you start using Bach therapies for the underlying emotions, it indirectly also helps you at a physical level with your diseases.
Okay. So, ma'am, how can back therapy address the prevalence of stress and anxiety in modern society?
So, in the modern society, we all are stressed at some point or the other. We live in a stressful world. Now, we cannot do anything. We cannot leave and just go away to the mountains all the time to refresh our bodies and, whatever. We have to come back to this stress. So, the only way to deal is we have to change our response to the stress. The stress is not going to go away, it is going to be there.
Correct.
What we can change is our response to it. So, we as human beings, we are actually not intellectual bodies, we are emotional bodies. So, whenever we are asked a question or something to decide on, we always, our decisions are always based on emotional, like what our heart says and not what our mind says. The mind is only justifying what decision we are taking emotionally. So, we have to be emotionally strong, and our inner confidence uh, has to be like at the highest level, and only then can we be able to take all correct decisions and be happy in our life. So by eliminating the stress, by keeping us in a good and balanced and calm state of mind, Bach remedies helps us to take correct decisions and change our response to stress so that we are not remaining imbalanced all the time.
Correct. Ma'am, is back therapy recommended for individual of all ages to manage stress or anxiety, or is it like certain age where we can test this, where we can implement this therapy?
No, so backflow therapy can be used for all ages. My youngest clients are 14-month-old twins, okay, who are
Wow.
taking it for their sleep because they are always disturbed and they cannot sleep well. And the mother obviously is stressed because she also cannot sleep in turn. So it ranges from literally like a 2-day infant to a man is still alive. He can take backflow remedies. It is safe, so even pregnant and breastfeeding mothers can take them. You can take them with any kind of medications you are currently on. It's complementary. It's not going to harm you or have any kind of side effects.
Okay. So, ma'am, my first question would be that what exactly is the difference between stress and anxiety, if there is any difference?
Yes, of course, there's a difference. It's like two sides of the same coin, but you have heads on one side and you have tails on one side. So that's what I would say, that the difference between stress and anxiety. So stress, anxiety is always followed by stress. So stress is usually on current scenarios, current situations that we are going through, and maybe past. Okay. But anxiety is always related to future. What if this happens, what if that happens? So we get into this flight and fright mode. And stress is current and coming from your past experiences and past fears and uh, past stressful situations, past bad situations and experiences that we have faced. That I would say is the major difference.
So basically, stress from past and present, and anxiety is from future. We can say that.
Correct, correct.
Okay. So, what is your perspective on impact of stress and anxiety in corporate life, and particularly on sleep patterns?
Okay. So, like I said, we all live in a stressful world. And of course, in corporate life, you are a multitasker, you have targets to achieve, you have goals to fulfill, you have to work with different kinds of people in your team, you have to portray your leadership, you have to deal with your family problems and other personal life issues as well, along with all this. And obviously, that's a lot of things to deal with, and emotional regulation is a must. Now, what is stress and what is anxiety? Like I told you, stress is coming from your past experiences and circumstances, or maybe even the present one. So let's say you have too much on your plate to finish for today, and you have something to rush to home and a party to attend. It's your friend's birthday. You are dealing with all this on one day. So instead of going into a panic mode, now what happens in stress is your past memory. Let's say you had a fall while running. So you are very fearful of running now. So that past fearful memory, that if I run, I will fall, this experience, this feeling is stored in a gland called amygdala behind your brain. Okay. And the minute someone asks you to run, the amygdala reminds you that you had fallen, so be careful. So you go into the stress mode. So, similarly, coming to a corporate life situations, amygdala, which stores the negative memories and experiences, gets activated, and you suddenly get into the panic mode. So you may feel jittery, you may shiver, you may have cold sweats, you may just be confused and suddenly don't know what to do and experience a headache. And this is all anxiety. Okay, so it is coming from stress, which is your current scenario, but you are automatically getting into these feelings that what if I cannot finish, what if I cannot reach, how am I going to do it? All these are questions running in your brain. So you have started thinking the futuristic scenario, and hence you get into anxiety. So, how are we going to control this? Yes. So, we follow, uh, Bach therapy drops. So, every drop has a certain property of dealing with a certain emotion. So we have certain drops that we can give you for your overthinking, for your anxiety, maybe you're feeling confusion, depending on what your past experiences are and what is the feeling that is triggering you to be anxious. So depending on what your scenario is, we make these drops for you, and when you take them, all those feelings of your past settle down and you suddenly feel calm. So that is the first process we do in Bach, is to calm you down. The next is A, analyzing your situation. What can I do, to get
Correct.
all these things done peacefully? And number three is taking charge. And this comes from inner confidence also, which we build with Bach therapy. What can I do to take charge of the controllables? Now we have to understand that the controllable variables are the only ones that we have control on and we can change. The uncontrollable ones are not in our power. So, Bach remedies are extremely important to keep your mind calm, cool, and erase all the past experiences and feelings which are bad and which have been stored in your body. So the minute you encounter stress, which is an everyday thing in corporate life or in the modern world, rather, I would
Correct.
say, the previous bad experiences and feelings have already been dealt with, so you are not going to get into the panic mode. You have already achieved your calm to think how you're going to deal with it. And also we build on the confidence, so your calmer mind is like a bulletproof jacket, literally. I mean, no matter how many bullets people are shooting at you, you're going to be calm because you're taken care of, you're well protected. Does that answer the question,
Yes, ma'am.
Vikas?
Yes, yes. So coming on my next question, that normally whenever we take any new therapy, so are these back remedies a long-term solution and non-addictive and natural and safe for consumption?
So they are absolutely natural because
Mhm.
they are extracts of flowers. They are absolutely safe. Like I said, even pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and infants can take bark. So they are absolutely safe. They are complementary and they go along with any kind of medicine that you are currently on, be it allopathy, homeopathy, Ayurveda, and any other form of medicine. There is no contraindication or side effects.
And uh, are they addictive? Like, if have you heard anything like they are addictive or
No, so absolutely not. So in fact, we have a lot of people who are into addictions. So
Mhm.
be it smoking, drinking, digital addiction is the
Yes.
biggest one in teenagers, and of course a lot of corporate people also. In fact, it helps you overcome addictions.
Okay.
So they are not addictive in any way. You can stop them at any like.
So one of my question is already answered, that I can take along with any of the medication I'm going through. You said allopathy, homeopathy, so we can take along with that also, right?
Yes, yes, you
So ma'am,
can.
okay. So like we know that stress and anxiety weaken our immune system, and what can we do to boost our immunity?
Okay. So, immunity in emotional terms is what? It is basically your body's response and adaptability, right? I mean, we are not being able to adapt to a lot of changes or to, a place change, an environment change, or season change, or circumstance change, or something that in your life has happened. So basically, it goes down to adaptability. So, when what happens is the mind is the boss, okay, and the organs are the slaves to the boss, okay. Let me give you this with an example. So it's like, let's say you're eating food at a restaurant and enjoying a nice dinner. Suddenly you get a call saying that somebody, your close friend, is admitted to the hospital and he's got a heart attack. What happens? Suddenly your body goes into a freeze. You
Yes, ma'am.
cannot eat. Your stomach has butterflies. You are choking. You can't even drink water. Okay. So, what has happened? Because your mind has got stressed, okay, and it has already gone again into the mode of anxiety, of thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? Do I need to rush? What should I do? You are thinking. So, when your mind is disturbed, it has sent a body to the organ and the organ cannot function, and that's why you're feeling choked, and that's why you have butterflies in your stomach and you cannot eat any more. Okay, so this is the connection of the mind with the body. Exactly in the same way, when the mind gets disturbed with the changes that are happening around us and cannot adapt, the inside of your body cannot adapt or take charge of these emotions, that is when your immunity basically goes down, and you encounter anything that has got to be physical, whether it be indigestion, whether it be throat issues, whether it be constant virals that people are facing due to seasonal changes around them, the colds and coughs that are currently going on. And with every day people say, oh my God, it rained today, oh my God, it's so hot today. No, but that's not the reason for your body to fall sick. The real reason is that your mind is disturbed with these changes. Your body cannot adapt. So your mind is not giving the correct signals to the body, and the body is not being able to adapt to these changes, and hence your immunity is lowered. And obviously, by getting your mindset sorted, by getting your mental and emotional balance right, your physical body will obviously respond in the best possible way, and you will be healthy. So, health, as they say, is a congruence, is an alignment of the mind, body, and soul. But what we are doing in modern times is we are only treating it at the physical level. We have ignored the mind and the emotional level, and that is why we cannot get over. We are only managing diseases. We are not overcoming. We are not living in the best human life, so to say.
Ma'am, this back therapy, can this help in boosting our immunity?
Of course. So, Bach therapy helps in boosting your immunity because it keeps your body internally balanced. You know, it keeps your body internally balanced. It takes away all the stored feelings and past bad experiences that I told you you've stored in your amygdala behind your brain. Okay, so once that is out, you do not have a stress response. You don't have that flight and fight response, which is essential only in dreadful scenarios in our life, and it doesn't have to be an everyday thing. So we humans are meant to live stress free and not along with stress. We have uh, we have invited stress to be in our lives with us, so we need to take charge and we need to get rid of it, and Bach remedies help you get rid of this stress.
And ma'am, do different people require different remedies to address common ailment, or is it like common for all? Matlab, in case you are dealing with something, then it is common, or is it customized as per person?
So what we do is basically we always do a history, we always do a consultation because we know the past, we know what all the person has been through in his life. So it just gives us a picture of his reactions and what we need to change. So basically, if two people are coming for a migraine or coming for a headache, both their reasons for a headache are going to be different. Okay, the one person's headache may be because he's not being able to perform well at work, and another person's headache may be because his mother is unwell and he's stressed about it. So there are two different reasons for a headache, so obviously their remedies also would be different. Having said
Right.
that, there are few things like like sleep and insomnia and adapting to seasonal changes, and few of these do have common ailments and common back remedies which we give also.
So, ma'am, my next question would be that how does back therapy work to regulate energy levels in body?
So, Bhakra remedies are great at boosting energy levels in the body. So, maybe that you're feeling low on energy after a viral, after an infection, after a illness, or maybe generally feeling the Monday blues. So, Monday blues are, it's a phrase, but it's not peculiar only to a Monday. You feel maybe like that every day of the week. That means you are battling low energy levels. And definitely, Bach remedies help you boosting your energy levels. Energy levels go low because your immunity somewhere is compromised. Maybe you're not in a good space in your head. And we have seen by keeping three, four remedies in offices, sometimes you just have a fight at home before leaving for work, and you leave in that rage, and when you come to office, your mood is off, your energy levels are low, you don't feel like doing anything, and by just consuming these bug drops, suddenly you get a boost in your energy levels and you're able to function better. Okay, so energy levels are low due to various reasons, maybe just three, four general ones, but all of these energy boosters help you boosting your energy and maybe making you perform at your peak, I would say.
Right, ma'am. So, ma'am, what we will do is we will put all the links and your contact details in description so that if anybody wants to check the back therapy and in case they want to contact you directly, they can contact you, or they can even contact you through your app also. So, ma'am,
Sure.
so before going, if you want to just summarize everything and say like maybe in 2 or 3 lines for our viewers that how this is going to help them.
Okay. So I would say stress and anxiety are the biggest killers today. They are the cause of almost every lifestyle disease. So every doctor you go to, they tell you what is your stress. But doctors are experts at medicines, at pharmaceuticals, and we are expert at the energy and at your emotional aspect. I will not be able to tell you how much medicine to take for a particular problem. In the same way, the doctor cannot tell you how to get rid of your stress and anxiety, though he's pointed it out to you, you know.
Correct.
So what is required in the current modern world is to have an integrated approach to reduce your stress and anxiety and to tackle the lifestyle diseases, you know. And I assure you that if you start working holistically, like the mind, body, and emotion together, you will be disease free and you will live a super energetic life, like every human is meant to live till 100 years and sleep well, which is one of the biggest pandemics. I think it's greater than corona also.
Correct. Right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for this wonderful session, and thank you for taking out time. And I'm sure viewers के लिए बहुत ही beneficial रहेगा, and viewers will definitely get in touch with you. We will put all the details and for your sessions or maybe जो भी आपके products हैं, we will put everything in description so that people can check and they can try it themselves. Thank you so much for your time today, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye bye.